Hi, boys and girls. Today is Wednesday, April 1st, and we're doing lesson 2 for math. I am so excited. I hope you guys are enjoying the lessons and staying safe at home. So let's start. Our objective of the day is I can solve comparison word problems. So just like in our lesson 1, we're going to continue to practice these problems because they can be a little bit hard. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the next slide. And before we begin, we need to know our math terms. So let me go ahead and get my my pointer right here. And our first math term is called a double tape diagram, which a lot of you have seen them in your work when you've turned in the exit ticket for lesson 1, and they're amazing. So this is an example of a double tape diagram, just like you guys already know. It has the part total, and there's another tape on comparing the other persons, right? So this is a double tape diagram. And we also need to know our comparison terms, which are more, and more means greater. What does more mean? Get ready. Yes, greater. And fewer means less. What does fewer mean? Get ready. Yes, less. How are we going to solve the problems for today? Well, there's going to be 4 steps. The first step is we are going to identify who is the problem about. Well, what do I mean by that is we're just going to say who are the characters in our problem, right? And we already know what characters are. So, and step 2 is we're going to draw 2 equal tapes. Meaning that we're going to draw, like you see right here, that these are both equal. That means we're going to start out by drawing 2 equal tapes, 2 equal parts. And step 3 is we're going to draw the extra tape for who has more. So whoever has more is going to get an extra tape, just like this person right here, right? And our last step is we're going to reread the problem and solve. So we're going to practice so that we can get better. Let's start with the first problem. And before we start, make sure that you get your workbook and you find a blank page. So anywhere that you can find the next blank page, just remember to put on top lesson 2 so that you know those are your notes for lesson 2. Because remember, we don't have a whiteboard. So right now, I want you to pause the video, find a blank page, put lesson 2. Okay, and then we're going to start. Remember, you put all your notes on that paper so that you remember when you work on your problem set. So let's go ahead and start with our first practice problem. And we're going to read. It says, Ben solved 6 math problems. How many math problems did Ben solve? Get ready. Yes, 6 math problems. Then it says, Robin solved 4 more problems than Ben. How many problems did Robin solve? Get ready. Yes, 4 more. Already see a comparison step up term right here. Now let's go ahead and read our question. It says, how many problems did Robin solve? So we want to know how many problems Robin solved because we already know how many Ben solved, right? So let me go ahead and get my pen from my tools right here. And we're going to do the first step. Who are the characters in our problem? Okay, let's think about it. Who are the characters? Get ready. Yes, it should be Ben and Robin. So we're going to go ahead and put a B for Ben and R for Robin, boys and girls. Very good. You should be doing this on your notes too. And then step 2 is draw 2 equal tapes. So equal meaning that they are the same size. What does equal mean? Get ready. Yes, that they're the same size. So let's go ahead and draw them, and you draw them on your paper too. Just as long as they're 2 equal tapes. Very good. Okay, and then after this, it says, who has more? Whoever has more gets an extra tape. Whoever has more gets what? Get ready? Yes, an extra tape. So let's find out. It says Ben solved 6 math problems. So we already know how many math problems Ben solved. He solved 6. So we can go ahead and put that 6 here. But since they're equal parts, means that if we put a 6 here, what number is his tape? Get ready? Yes, 6, 2. Awesome. So he has 6 math problems, but Robin solved 4 more problems than Ben. So who has more, boys and girls? Ben or Robin? Get ready? Yes, Robin, because this is a keyword. Remember the comparison term, 4 more. So Robin is going to get an extra tape. Everybody go ahead and draw. I draw, you draw. Awesome. So how many more does Robin solve? Right here. How many more? Get ready. Yes, 4. So we're going to go ahead and draw 4 right here. And then we have to solve. It says, how many problems did Robin solve? So that is step number 4. We reread the problem and then we solve, which we already read it again. So now it's time to solve. If we have 2 parts and we are missing our total, do we add or subtract? Do we plus or do we minus? Get ready? Yes, we add, which means we're going to plus because we have 2 parts and our total's missing and we need to find it. So say the addition sentence out loud that you will write. Get ready? Awesome, yes. So if you said 6 plus 4 equals 10, you're right. Go ahead and write it and box your answer, boys and girls. And don't forget to add the 10 in your tape diagram over here. Awesome. If you need time, go ahead and pause the video and press play when you're ready. And remember, we cannot forget about our statement. So how would we answer the question using words saying, how many problems did Robin solve? Say your statement out loud first. Get ready. Yes, if you said Robin solved 10 problems, you are correct. So you should write something like this. Let me go ahead and move this so that you can see. And let me move my screen. And it says, Robin solved 10 math problems. This would be your statement right here, boys and girls. So if you need some time to write it, press pause and then press play when you're ready. Okay, meanwhile, so let's go ahead and practice on our second problem. So let's move on. And now we have our second problem to practice. Our second problem, we're going to start reading. Let me get my pointer. Right here, we're going to start. Tamara found 12 ladybugs. How many ladybugs did Tamara find? Get ready. Yes, 12. Willie found 4 fewer ladybugs than Tamara. So how many ladybugs did Willie find? Get ready. Yes, he found 4 fewer. That's a comparison term right there, boys and girls. Let's read our question. How many ladybugs did Willie find? So we want to know how many ladybugs Willie found, right? So what's our first step? Our first step is to find out who are the characters in our problem. So who are the characters in our problem? Get ready. Yes, if you answered Tamara and Willie, you are correct. So let me go ahead and get my pen right here. And we are going to put a T for Tamara and a W for Willie. Awesome. And then it says, that we draw two equal tapes, meaning they have to be the same size. So let's start by drawing two equal tapes. Awesome. I draw, you draw. Remember, boys and girls. Very good. So now let's find out who has more for the extra tape, right? So Tamara found 12 ladybugs. Willie found 4 fewer ladybugs than Tamara. So who has more? Before you answer, don't remember that Willie found 4 fewer, and fewer means less, boys and girls. So if he found 4 less than Tamara, who found more? Get ready. Yes, Tamara. So in this case, Tamara's going to get the extra tape. And now it's time to reread and solve, which is the last step. So she found 12 ladybugs. But do we put a 12 as a part or as her total? Get ready. I hope you said total, because if you said part, remember, we already know how many ladybugs she found. She found 12. So if you put it as a part and then you add the other part, her total, is it going to be 12? Get ready. No, right? It is not. So 12 is her total. We're going to put it up here. 12. Very good. Just like this. You see? So we're going to put 12 ladybugs as her total. And we know the total. We know that Willie found 4 fewer. So the tape, sorry, boys and girls. So the tape that we put, the extra tape that we put for Tamara, there's going to be a 4 in it. Because remember, 4 fewer. So go ahead and draw the 4 inside the extra tape. I already see there's a part that's missing. Do you see this, boys and girls? This part right here is missing. So we don't know how many ladybugs Willie found. And that's what the question wants to know. How many ladybugs did Willie find? And our part is missing because we know our total and we know a part, but we don't know the other part. So when a part is missing, do we add or subtract? Do we plus or do we minus? Get ready? Yes. When there's a missing part, you subtract, you minus. So go ahead and say the subtraction sentence out loud before you write it, starting with the total, with the big number. Get ready? Awesome. So if you said 12 minus 4 equals 8, you are right. So go ahead and write it. I write, you write. 12 minus 4 equals 8. And we boxed our answer because 8 was our missing part. Let's go ahead and also write it in our tape. So remember, you may ask me, Ms. Gomez, well, why are you going to draw an 8 in Willie's tape too? Well, because remember when we started, we drew equal tapes. And if they're equal tapes, that means they also have to be the same number, right? They have to be equal. So that is how we know that this is the number for Willie's tape too. So how many ladybugs did Willie find? Say the statement out loud before you write it. Get ready. Awesome. So if you said anything like Willie found 8 ladybugs, you are correct. Just don't forget to write your statement. Press pause in the video if you need more time. Press play when you're ready. Very good, boys and girls. I know these can be hard problems, but if we practice, we will get better. And remember, you need to read sentence by sentence so that we're able to understand these problems. So let's go ahead and start. You can go ahead and at this time, press pause so that you can get to the right page on your workbook. We are going to go ahead and start and do your problem set. I'm going to do 2 problems with you as an example, and then you would do the rest on your own. So Your first problem looks like this, like the one on my screen. And up at the top, remember, it says Lesson 2, Problem Set. So make sure that you are on page 5 in your workbook, or if you have copies, make sure that it says Lesson 2. Press pause, and when you're ready to start, press play. Ready? So let's start. I'm going to do 2 problems with you. You guys do the rest on your own. So let's do them together, okay? So let's start by underlining. It says Nickel baked 5 pies for the contest. So he baked 5 pies. Peter baked 3 more pies than Nickel. So he baked 3 more pies. Our question says, how many pies did Peter bake for the contest? So remember, what is step 1? And step 1 is we find out who the characters are in the problem. Who are our characters? Get ready? Yes, Nickel and Peter. So we're going to draw an N for Nickel and a P for Peter. Remember, as I write, you write. Very good. And then step 2 is we draw 2 equal tapes. So we draw 2 tapes that are the same size. I draw, you draw. Awesome job, boys and girls. And then step 3 is whoever has more gets an extra tape. So whoever has more gets get ready? Yes, an extra tape. So let's find out who has more. It says Nickel baked 5 pies for the contest. Peter baked 3 more. So I see a comparison term there. So who has more, Nickel or Peter? Get ready? Yes, Peter has more. So he gets the extra tape. And in that extra tape, we put the number that was next to the keyword. So in this case, it's 3. And do we know a total for how many pies Nickel baked? Yes, right? It says Nickel baked 5 pies. So that's the number that's going to go here because that was his total. For Peter, so if we drew 2 equal tapes, remember what Ms. Gomez told you, that means that if this is 5, this number has to be, get ready? Yes, 5. Very good. So now we have a part, and do you see what is missing? Is it a part or a total? Get ready? Yes, a total's missing. So if our total's missing, are we going to add or subtract? Are we going to plus or minus? Get ready? Yes, we're going to add, or you could say we're going to plus. So give me an addition sentence out loud. Before you write it, say an addition sentence, a plus sentence for the problem. Get ready? Awesome. So if you said 5 plus 3 equals 8, you are correct. And remember, we box our answer. And let's not forget to place it in our total for our tape diagram. Very good, boys and girls. So now we need a statement. We need to write it in words. How many pies did Peter bake for the contest? Say it out loud first. Get ready. Awesome. So yes, we are going to write Peter baked 8 pies for the contest. So we're going to go ahead and write Peter. I write, you write, boys and girls. You're writing this on your problem too. Peter baked. Sorry if my handwriting is a little messy, boys and girls. It's hard to write on a computer screen. Baked 8 pies. Very good, boys and girls. Peter baked 8 pies. Awesome. So if you need more time, go ahead and press pause and press play when you're ready. Very good. So now we're going to go ahead and do our second problem in our problem set, and it's problem number 2. Awesome. Let me just connect my charger to my computer because it needs to charge before it turns off. Awesome job, boys and girls. Sorry about that. So let's continue with problem number 2, and we're going to read it. And you're underlining at home. Emmy planted 12 flowers. So how many flowers did Emmy plant? Get ready. Yes, 12 flowers. Awesome. And it says Rose planted 3 fewer flowers than Emmy. How many flowers did Rose plant? Get ready. 3 fewer flowers. Very good. Our question says, how many flowers did Rose plant? So we want to find out how many flowers Rose planted. So first step, remember, who are the characters in our problem? Get ready. Yes, Emmy and Rose. So we're going to draw an E for Emmy and R for Rose, just like this, boys and girls. Awesome. And our step 2 is to draw equal tapes. So remember, we got to go ahead and draw equal tapes just like this. That means that they're the same size. Awesome job. So step 3 is that after we draw equal tapes, we have to know who has more. And whoever has more gets an extra tape. So let's look at our problem. Emmy planted 12 flowers. Rose planted 3 fewer. So that means she planted 3 less. So who has more, Emmy or Rose? Get ready. Yes, in this case, it's going to be Emmy because if Rose has 3 less, that means that Emmy has more. And we're going to put the number 3 in the extra tape. I right, you right. Yes. And let's look at our problem. Emmy planted 12 flowers. So is that a total or a part? Get ready? Yes, that's a total because that was her total number of flowers. We cannot put it as a part because then we would still have to add the other part and it wouldn't make her total 12. So let's go ahead and put her total up here. And we have to find out the mystery, the unknown number, so that we know how many flowers Rose planted too. So if we're missing a part, do we add or subtract? Do we plus or do we minus? Get ready? Yes, we subtract, or if you said minus, that's correct too. And remember, when we subtract, we start with the total. We start with the biggest number. So let's go ahead and start. First, sorry, boys and girls, say the subtraction sentence out loud first. Get ready? Very good. So now let's go ahead and write it. I write, you write. 12 minus 3 equals 9. And then let's go ahead and box it. And go ahead and fill in your missing part. Remember, up here, I'm going to fill it in with red so that we could see that was a missing part right here. 9. Oh, and remember, if Emmy had 9 and we drew equal tapes, that means that Rose had 9 too. Very good, boys and girls. So now our last step is to write a statement to answer the question. And the question says, how many flowers did Rose plant? So how many flowers did Rose plant? Say your statement out loud. Get ready. Awesome. So if you said Rose, let's go ahead and write. I write, you write. If you haven't wrote it, Rose planted 9. Sorry, let me erase that 9. That is not quality work. There we go. Now let me get my pen back. And let's write 9 flowers. There we go. And your period at the end, don't forget. So if you need more time to write this down, go ahead and press pause and please press play whenever you're ready to move on. Awesome, boys and girls. So I hope you were able to understand. I know these problems can be a little bit hard, but if you need more help, remember you can message me or call me, and I will be available to help you guys out. So now after you've done this, you will go ahead and work out the rest of your problem set. So you still have problems 3 and problems 4, 5, and 6. So you have a lot to practice so that you can get better. And what I need from you is I need you to turn into me your exit ticket. So lesson 2 is just one problem, and I need you to turn in this in the assignments tab and turn in your exit ticket so that I could grade it. And remember, name, date, and goal on your papers. Don't forget, name, date, and goal. Okay, so go ahead and make sure that you turn in your exit ticket to me.